Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Wednesday, it's the 6th of July, we've got new mods and we have got some updates. Updates for today, we've got the FAR M66 by J.AModding, the Gregory Garage or Gregory by, it says Pigu1A or Pigula, the Low Loader Gull Trailer by Hispano and the Case Puma CVX by STVmodding have all had updates today. I'm going to start with the Magsi 3-point Bale spike. This is by FredModding, 2.49 megabytes download, 2 slots each. I say each, there are 2. There's one with hydraulics, and you can see the hydraulic lines there, and one that doesn't have the hydraulic lines. They both do the same job, but I guess it's just if you want to have hydraulic lines or not. You'll find them under tools and bale loaders. Have I gone too far? No, there we go. So the hydraulic barrel spike is £5,000, the barrel spike is £4,000. Options are the same on both. We can change the main colour from red to black. Like I said, that's the same on both. If we hop in, start it up, we can raise and lower. There's no manual adjustment on these, so if we do L1, R1 or L1, R1, we can't manually adjust. It's just raise or lower. Same with the back one. We can raise or lower that one, but we've also got, let's go back to the front, unfold baler, folds it up and out of the way, and the same with the rear one. So they both do exactly the same thing. One's just £1,000 cheaper because it doesn't have the hydraulic lines. That's all there is to it, really. There's no straps on them, so they're just bale spikes for collecting your bales. I mean, that's kind of obvious, isn't it? So that's by FredModding, the Magsi 3-point Bale spike. Behind us, this is fancy. This is pigs living in luxury. This is Modern Pigsty by moechtegernbauer. 8.87 megabytes download, 13 slots on console. This will hold 250 swine. We have got our feed point here. We've got a dialog box, trigger for loading, unloading, just there. We do have a light switch to turn on shed lights inside and out. We can go inside here, have a look through if there's any of them inside, which at the moment there aren't. We slide this open and closed, and this is where we put our straw in. The trigger actually came up just inside the doorway. There is a slurry point here. If you want your manure, you're going to have to place a separate manure heap. There is a ladder to go up the top to have a look, but here's the cool thing, because you look in and go, okay, if we come around here, I think this opens this end as well. It does. Let's close it behind us. And we go up the ramp. To save space, the pigs are living at large on the roof. They're on the upper deck. Look, out in the sun, having a great old time. It's pretty cool, actually. You'll find it under build mode and animals. We go along to our pigs. There we go. Like I said, 100,000. Slot count will come down from 13 to 1. Looks quite good from there, doesn't it? Crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. That's really cool. That's by moechtegernbauer. Next, we've got the brick fence with sliding gates by Tarksy007. These are 1 slot each. We've got a smaller gate, a slightly large gate, medium, and a large gate. And then we've got a wall section that comes with this pack as well. And this is the same as normal. You place it and then drag it. The same as you do with any fences, hedges. You can change directions, whatever you want to do. Very nicely detailed. Animations are smooth. Nice sound effects too. You find them under build mode and decoration. We go to fences and scroll along. Just past there, so there we go. 1,000 for the small, 1,200 for the medium, 1,400 for the large gate, and then the fence section starts at 150, and then obviously, like I said, if we place it, and then however we want to do our fence or wall, we can, just like so. That's the brick fence with sliding gates by Tarksy007. Next, we need to go out to the field. To this. This is the Lizard J.AModding or J.AModding, I think it's J.AModding, by ZimowyWojownik. 4.44 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. It's a weeder, but it is designed in real life specifically for side edging of potatoes. So where you've got your potato ridges, this is designed to go into the troughs and weed between them. As you can see. Nicely made, nicely detailed. I don't have any weeds growing at the moment, but I can still show you it. And we'll go along. Where are we? I've lost my weeders. There we go. Across the end, it's only 850. It's 2 meters wide. Slot count will come down from 2 to 1. Options on this, we've got the standard one like that, the P441 or the P448, which adds kind of the cultivating bits on the back as well, just to keep it all nice and neat and tidy. We can change the main colour. Anything on that palette. They're all fairly muted colours, but they're nice. It works. So what we'll do is start it up. Hope I've lined this up properly. Like I say, I haven't got any weeds in at the moment, but you can see where the ridges are, and then this goes into the troughs and would weed between, like so. The Lizard, I'm going to say J.AModding by ZimowyWojownik. Next, let me just go over there. We have this. This is the Lizard RingRoller Old. But you have Lizard RingRoller or Lizard RingRoller Old. I've gone for the old version because it had a bit more character. 6.97 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. It's by ABT-FrankyY. It is a roller for after your crops have been put in. So you can have the RingRoller New 1200. Interesting, the old one's more expensive. That's odd. 2.5 metre for the RingRoller. For RingRoller Old is 2.6 metres, so you're getting an extra little bit. 50 horsepower required, same slot count. Options, you get them just as they are, and they should. Do you roll them? There we go. Just click that. Drops down to logs. The Lizard RingRoller Old by ABT-FrankyY. Next we have got this. This is the Lizard HV. This is by Matt Do 55 and Nico Do 55. 5.42 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. This is a cultivator and it comes in either 4.3, 6.3 or 8.3 meter widths. You'll find it under cultivators. 7,250 for the base model. So for the 430, the 4.3 meter one, 80 horsepower required. If we go for the 6.3, adds $1,000 on. Requires 120 horsepower. Then the 8.3 adds $2,000 on and requires 160 horsepower. Not too bad really for an 8.3 meter. It does have a trailer hitch on the back as well. So if you want to cultivate and then possibly pull a seeder or something else behind it, or rollers, or I don't know, whatever you want to do, it does have them. Hang on, was there a colour option? I just suddenly realised I didn't look. I don't think there was there? No, just the width. So, unfold it. It's a shallow cultivator, as you can see, just like over on that side. Runs at 8 miles an hour, 8.3 metres on its widest setting. Very handy, not too expensive either. Pretty cool. The Lizard HV by Matt Do 55 and Nico Do 55. Next, we have this. This is the Pöttinger MEX 5 by Farm Centro-Sul, 10.02 megabytes download, 6 slots, 2.2 meters wide. This, I'm pretty sure the standard version of this that we used to have in game, the MEX 5, was just for silaging corn. That was the point of it. This one is a multi-crop. I might have been misremembering that. It might be the original one was a multi-crop, but this one definitely is a multi-crop. But it has a couple of different options. We can have it side slung like that, which is pretty cool. I like that. Or you can have it front mounted. So the original one I think was just a front mounted, if I recall correctly. The pipe would go over the roof to our trailer, which would be hooked on behind. But if you have the side slung, it attaches on the back and the trailer hitches directly behind it. That way you can kind of stay out of the crops when you do your first run up. Obviously it doesn't help with your next one, but you can kind of do loops around. Nicely detailed. You'll find it under forage harvester headers. So yeah, we used to have it standard, didn't we? But not anymore. On the end, 38 grand. 150 horsepower required. Slot count will come down from 6 to 1. We can have direct coupling, like I said, goes on the front, or you can have the side mount for an extra 2,900, not too expensive. Main colour, anything on that palette you want to choose from. Room colour, again, anything on that palette, like so. I didn't show it, did I? If we go into the headers, yeah, on the bottom there. So I'll do all those different crop types, including grass. But I have found with the forage harvester headers that say they do all crops and do grass, it will do grass you've planted and grown, but it doesn't tend to do meadow grass. I suppose we could test that, couldn't we? We can do it now. But so if we back it up, pipe out, that should swing around to the trailer. Start up, drop it down. And there we go. So it just gives you that bit of space to the side to keep the tractor out of the way. But like I say, once you come up the other way, you can't swing it round. So I guess what you would have to do is kind of do loops. So I'd go down this way, then go over to the other side of the field. If you've got a massive field, that could become a bit of a problem. So I'm curious to know now is if I take that away from there, will it? No. See, generally speaking, or as I've found, these will only do grass that you've planted, and they don't like to do. Actually, we can test that. Could be because I've got more. It's just so much chaff. It doesn't matter what I do. I'm going to go because I've actually got some grass that I have planted myself, and we'll test it on the grass as well. But yeah, I like that with the side mount. It does look rather cool. And what I'll then do is drive over to the buildings. Then we'll work our way back. I think. Try it on this grass then. I wonder if I've got stuff in the back already. Let's unload that. Shouldn't make a difference, but you never know. It's not cutting that grass either, and this is grass that I've planted. It definitely said grass. That's interesting. Definitely said all crop. Well, you might have better luck than I, but it doesn't seem to want to do it. Okay. Well, anyway. That's the Pöttinger MEX 5x Farm Centro-Sul. Sorry, we're on that side. That would help more, wouldn't it? There we go. Moving on, let's do these. This is the large pole barn by FSG-Modding FSG DaVaR. There are 5 stages, 5 states to this barn, and it shows the evolution of the build. So if you want to do a storyline where you're building a pole barn and gradually work out, then the last one of these we had 2. So you had the pole barn in its frame and then the finished one. This goes up in 5 stages. Various different prices as we work through. This is 2.52 megabytes download. Each building is 7 slots. If we start with the end one, which is just the framework and the roof trusses, which looks like that. Then we've got the framework, roof trusses, and the roof on. I do like the fact we've even got the gaps, everything left for the door spaces and everything, all framed in. Then the next one, we've got the siding on, but no doors on the building at all. But this one does have lighting, I believe. We go over to here. There we go. This one does have lighting, but no doors on. The next one does have the doors now added in, and the lighting still in it. It's a cavernous building. Then the last one has all of the above, but it also has the edge trimming all the way around it as well. So fully complete. You'll find these under build mode and sheds. Starting at 31 grand for the bare frame, 45 grand, 65, 90 and 95,000. Slot counts will come down to 1 for each of those. It's a clever idea. Nice thing if you're doing a narrative and you want to kind of build your way up doing something. That's quite a cool way of doing it. That's by, we've lost it, FSG-modding and FSG DaVaR. Next we've got this over here. This is the Lizard Trailer Carrier by PeterJ. And it's this. Now, it does say a required mod is the Lintner Unitrack pack by Giants. Now, there are 2 Unitrack packs, so I wanted to check both. So we've got the Unitrack pack by Giants and the Unitrack pack by Vectorman. So this is the mod we're looking at, the Lizard Trailer Carrier. 1.3 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. You'll find it under miscellaneous. If we scroll across to that one there, 4,200, that's all. We can have Trelleborg, Michelin, Nokian, BKT, back to Trelleborg. On Trelleborg, we've got standard wides. Under Michelin, standard rear twins, back to standard. Nokian, just those. And then BKT, inverted, wide, back in. Which one was it? I thought there was one that had... Oh yeah, that one had twins. Main colour, that matches up with the Unitrack colours as well, so you can change the colour of it. Rim colour, we've got silver, white, black and chrome, and then there's a license plate option on there as well. So the point being is that if you've got the Unitrack or Unitrack pack, this is the one by Vectorman, that you can then have a trailer that uses all the same backs, so you can either use it without the Unitrack, so just have this and the Unitrack backs for various different jobs. If you've got small tractors and you want a few bits of, implements and muck spreaders, and there's all the stuff that comes with the Unitrack pack. There's the forage wagon, slurry spreader. I'm trying to think now. Now, here's the thing. I was curious to see whether this would work with both sets of equipment, the ones by Giants and the one by Vectorman, and I'm happy to say they do. This is the Giants flat back, and this is the manure spreader from Vectorman. Both trailers hook up to them, no problem at all. Here's the weird thing though. The Vectorman Unitrack and the Giants Unitrack won't work with each other's backs. But what I also couldn't get the Giants one to do, which puzzled me, because it does say that that's the mod you require, the Giants one with a trailer hitch on the back wouldn't hook up to this, but the Vectorman one does. So I was a bit puzzled. So if you want to use it independently of the Unitrack itself, if you want to use the Unitrack, I would suggest use the Vectorman one. But, it's up to you how you go about it. So what we'll do is we'll start this up. We'll hook up the trailer, and then hook up the back. Then the back will work just like any others, how it's supposed to. You can open and close the sides. It does have a couple of straps on there. We can unload, depending on what implement you're using, of course. Stop that one. And then if we use the Vectorman Unitrack with the trailer hitch, which hooks up to that no problem at all, then hook up to a Vectorman manure spreader, so it does hook up to both types. So you can use the Giants pack or you can use the Vectorman pack. It's entirely up to you, and it'll work with both. Quite a handy bit of kit that. I think I would probably, if it was me personally, I would probably use it without the Unitracks, just to have it as for small implement stuff, because there's a load of stuff that comes with it. So if you've got small tractors, low horsepower, it'll work really well. That's the Lizard Trailer Carrier by PeterJ. Next, we've got the John Deere 5080 series, 5080E series. This is 30.01 megabytes downloads by J.AModding. This will set you back 14 slots on console. Nice looking little tractor. This has got a few of those unusual tyre choices. Well, not unusual. The ones designed for rice fields and that kind of thing. I've gone for slightly different exhaust on it and front hitch. I've gone for narrows, but it's nice tractor. Sounds good as well. This one you'll find under small tractors. 65 grand for the base model. We can have Michelin, BKT, Continental, Mitas, Trelleborg or Lizards. Under the Michelin, standard 2. I'm not going to read them all out, but we've got sort of a few different variations on standards. Continental, Mitas, Trelleborg. This one is, the Trelleborg has standard, narrows, then standard 2. Standard 3, back to standard. So that one has the narrows on it. If you want narrows, you want the Trelleborg. Then Lizard, we've got standard, rice tyres. Standard 2, 3, 4 with the cage. 5 with the paddles, I think I'll call them. Then 6 adds weights on. 7 adds weights on. 8 has the caged paddle. That's what I'm going to say it. 10, then off again. And then we're back to Michelin's. And we've got weight on the front. Yes or no? Then exhaust standard or standard 2, which gives you the shorter chrome exhaust on it if you want. Simple interior, or we can go bougie premium interior, which gives you the GPS on the roof and a whole load of gadgets inside. Adds 15 grand on though, to be fair. So if you're happy with the simple interior, save yourself 15 grand. Window film standard, Hue 1, Hue 2, back again. Front loader attacher, John Deere, yes or no. Then we've got engine setup, 80 horsepower, 90 horsepower, 130 horsepower. That doesn't actually add any price on. So again, might as well go for 130. It doesn't cost you any extra to have it on there. And then license plate option on there too. Hop out there, hop in. I went for the fancy interior with all the extras, because why wouldn't you? This does have a little bit of rock on it, and I like that, a little bit of movement. I do like the fact as well now, if you think back to FS19, I know I've said it before on mod reviews, when, here's your lights, all John Deere stuff had ridiculous slot counts. It's nice that it doesn't anymore. Under L1 and right stick side to side, you can open and close the door. This has a nice sound effect too. Then under L1, R1 and right stick up and down, you can raise and lower the steering to suit whatever needs you want, like so. Even on the standard, it's got a bit of a tint, as you can see. Makes everything feel very dark outside, but there you go. The John Deere 5080E series. Should have stopped before I turned the engine off. That would have been a better idea, wouldn't it? Allow it to roll to a halt. By J.AModding, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. There's no maps today, I don't think. I'm just going to double check. I haven't jumped the gun on mods or anything. Nope, we should be alright. We've got the Lizard-17221 by R.Mihail, 54.56 megabytes download, but it's a beauty. 22 slots. The level of detail is amazing. But what's also great about it is it's cheap as chips. Even the upgrade to 240 horsepower is still only 50-something thousand. And what I like about this, the evolution to this, is the previous versions never had, I don't think they had front links, did they? I'm trying to think back to the previous versions. But we've got a front link with a PTO on here as well, which does make it very versatile and affordable, which is very cool. We'll have a quick quiz round. It is... yeah, nice mod. So this one you find under medium tractors. 45 grand for the base model. That will get you 180 horsepower, which still, to be fair, 45 grand for 180 horsepower, it's pretty cool. So hitch configurations. This is for the front. We've got standard or front PTO. So you don't have to have one, but if you do, it puts all the stuff you need for your front PTO 3-point link on there. Mud guards, metal or plastic. And then we've got engine, 180 horsepower or 240. It does change the stack on this side. The filter, it's the filter, isn't it? Puts a higher filter on it. For 2,500, from 180 to 240 horsepower, I think that's a bargain. Then we've got wheel setup standard, wheel weights, twin wheels. Then we've got standard 2, slightly different tread, wheel weights, twins, back to standard again. Very nice, and like I say, not too expensive. Let's hop in, start it up. Sounds great too. I really like this. It's right up my street. Beacons on top of it. 3 little beacons, roof lights. Lighting on it's pretty good too. I think back to my Raspet Let's Play. I had one very similar to this, but this is kind of the next evolution to it. Interior, nice and tidy. It's a nice place to be. Gets along a bit as well, 32 miles an hour. Very cool. I'll stop this time before I turn the engine off. There we go. So there we have it. That's the Lizard-17221 by R.Mihail, and that's it for the mods for today. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.